Deal with bloating, gassiness, or just general discomfort after meals? If so, one of my top tips to start improving your tolerance to meals and decreasing symptoms is to chew properly. So I want to show you what that looks like and talk through why this is so important. So first off, whenever you chew, you do both a physical breakdown of the food, meaning you're crunching it with your teeth into smaller particles, which is part of that digestion process because we're just trying to break food down as small as it possibly can be so it can move through the system. You're also doing chemical breakdown because in your saliva, you have an enzyme called salivary amylase, and this begins to work as like molecular scissors, breaking down some of those compounds in the food to then make it easier for our bodies to absorb the nutrients that are present. This is especially true in the mouth for carbohydrates, which are often the most increased causes of like post-meal symptoms like bloating, gas, and constipation in some. So whenever you're chewing properly can help you alleviate some of these symptoms and get the most out of digestion in your mouth. So I'm going to show you an example with just chocolate covered almond, nothing too big, not a full meal, but your chewing is going to take longer than you think. So as you chew, and I will talk while I'm chewing, instead of thinking about how many times you need to chew, we want to think about the consistency we're aiming for. So we want to make sure that before we swallow, right, every bite, we break it down to applesauce consistency. Pretty easy with these. The chocolate is melting. And it's okay to kind of swallow a little bit as you go. Part of it, all done. So you want to practice this with things that are easier and then build yourself up to meals that are going to be more challenging, like a raw salad, raw vegetables. That will take you much longer to break down to that consistency than something like a soup or a stew. Now, if this feels impossible, whether it's due to texture issues or focusing on chewing too long, or maybe issues with even like your mouth, if you have TMJ, or infections or issues with your teeth, like there are situations where you're not able to chew that much, or even just lack of time to sit down and chew that much for every meal. You can bypass this process a little bit or make it easier by choosing things that are already broken down, chopped up, or cooked down in order to make that easier for you. So give this a try, aim to chew your food to applesauce consistency and see what happens.